Welcome to the first official newscast at Penwood. My name is Brianna.
My name is Emma Slane.
Shamercy.
And Marie.
Hi, bye.
Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.
All right. Good morning, and I'm Shamar Harper, and today we're gonna get into the first segment of Penwood Sports Talk, and we're gonna cover these three teams and how they got out a tight win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and how Jake May threw for 270 yards, and threw two touchdowns. And Dak Prescott for MVP. That's it. New England Patriots, how they got out a tight win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Drake May threw for 270 yards. Drake May for MVP. And shout out to everybody from Penwood who made the basketball team.
So let's do that last one again. So for that last segment, be like, lastly, want to really quick give a shout out to everyone who tried out last week for the Penwood basketball team. Like, just try that one more time, because I think it was fine, but I think try to add a little bit more substance to it. You don't gotta ramble, but add a little bit more to it.
And lastly, we're going to give a shout out to everybody who made the basketball team from Penwood. Like that.
The official episode of Standing on Business, and I'm here with
Mr. Dre. I'm a media instructor here at WHYY, and I also teach for Penwood, y'all. And I also run my own independent media production company, so I'm going to be here giving y'all some tips and tricks on how to be an entrepreneur and how to maybe succeed a little bit.
let's get on with our questions. What inspired you to start this business?
This business started as something totally different than what it is, honestly. I ended up converting it to a media production company. My media production company is called Only the Beginning Media Production LLC. But Only the Beginning originally derived as a clothing brand with a friend of mine I made back in high school in 2011. When he graduated and went to college, he was a year older than me. So when he left, I kind of didn't know how to keep the brand going by myself. I had a passion for fashion and clothes, but I was figuring out my ideas and my vision, how I was going to continue to be an artist going forward. So I bought my first camera back in 2018, and I started getting some passion behind it. I was like, all right, well, I got to label myself in some way. People already know OTB for clothes, but I guess I can pivot that because this is my new passion. So I ended up just taking the name of my clothing brand and putting it to my media company. So Only the Beginning, that's where it came from. I feel like Only the Beginning just means that it's a constant restart for me. It's a constant growing. I haven't hit the end goal. I feel like every time I get a little bit better, I just got to keep going. So it's always a new beginning for me.
How do you come up with a business name?
The business name was Collaborative Efforts. Came up with the name Only the Beginning. It was a collaborative thing with my friend. So we were just trying to figure out what we could go with as far as designing, making our clothes, an idea. And we kept coming back to the same thing, OTB. So we thought about maybe outside the box at first, but then it always derived and fell back into becoming Only the Beginning.
What was the biggest challenges you faced starting this business, and how do you overcome it?
I think the biggest challenge faced when you first start a business is obviously the inspiration behind it, because it's one thing to want to be a business owner and have the aspiration, but I think it's one thing to have a true vision behind it and have an idea and execute it. So I think that's a really hard thing. A lot of people that struggle off initially trying to start off their businesses and stuff like that, just trying to figure out where you want to go long term with that.
What are the most difficult part of starting a business, like running the business?
I think the most difficult part for me, I think this is more like just a transparent answer. I just think it really is down to funds. Like when it comes down to running a business and operating a business, it costs money. It's not free. Like there are certain things you can do without needing money. You can establish certain aspects of a business, but if you want to really take things to a certain level, you're going to have to put some money behind it. So that's one of the hardest things people have to realize, especially in this economy. It costs to be the boss. It's a real statement.
What's the best piece of advice you've received since starting this business?
Best piece of advice I've probably just received in general when it comes down to operating a business is to remain a sponge. Regardless of how much information I've retained and I've learned over the years, I feel like it's my duty to spread knowledge. So in order to spread knowledge, I have to retain it. So I do that by being a sponge. Every room I'm in, I take knowledge I gain, y'all probably don't know this, but I learned from my students just as much as I learned from teachers. I learned from mentors. I learned from administrative staff. I learned from brothers of mine, sisters of mine. So be a sponge. You can learn from anybody. I've learned lessons from middle schoolers, from little 9-year-old kids. They've given me insight, and I've taken that. So that's my biggest piece of advice. Be a sponge. You're never smart enough. You're never good enough. Keep getting better. That's the end goal.
Like, what motivated you to start this business?
The motivation to do this business was really just about being creative, honestly. It was the opportunity for me to be creative. I started off when I was a young kid. I took like college level art classes, so I was a drawer. I used to sketch a lot when I was a kid. And as I got older, I didn't want to draw anymore, so I ended up just pivoting my transitions from being like a sketch and on-hand artist to becoming more of a digital artist. So I became like working on like Photoshop, like I said, taking pictures and stuff. So I basically just tried to transition my art.
So, guys, we're done today for the question of the entrepreneurs. The quote of the day is going to be yourself no matter what everybody else is seeking.
Okay, I'm Brianna. Who are we speaking with today?
Shamercy E.
Hi, Shamercy. Today we'll be doing riddles. What has hands but cannot clap?
Leaves, literally. I would say leaves.
You think about it.
That's the only thing I can think about right now. Leaves.
You want me to repeat? What has hands but cannot clap?
I don't know. Leaves.
Leaves. You said leaves?
Yes. No, wait. Actually, no leaves. Um,
10 seconds.
no, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to say no more.
You could skip the question. Okay. Another one, right? What building has most stories?
Stories?
Yeah.
Who literally?
Okay. Really?
Yes.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
It's a library. Okay. What has to be broken before it's used?
Broken before it's used. Egg.
Yes. That's right.
I know.
Okay. What goes up and never comes down? It's like
People.
people.
Yes. When people die, they never come back. They go up. They never
I
come
mean, you
back.
got a point, but no, that's your final answer?
Yes.
It's age. I'm done, y'all.
Hey, what you